Welcome here to 3,330 meters. This is the very top of Alpe d'Huez ski area. This is the Pic Blanc. Now what's going to happen in a moment or two is I'm going to strap you on live and on board, and we're going to ski the full distance of the Sarenne. That's the famous black run, the longest black run in the whole of Europe. It's about 16 kilometers from top to bottom with just over 1,500 meters vertical descent. Advance heads up, I can see a little bit of is actually slightly closed. We're going to go a slightly different route round, but all of that will be explained on the way. Conditions right now are perfect. We've had tons of snow over the last few days. In fact, we've had every possible condition over the last few days. And today, the sun has cleared out perfectly. There's a little bit of wind, but I think the piste is going to be perfect. First, most important thing I'm going to do, and this is how you're going to see everything the whole way down, is clip on the unicorn mount. As quick as that. A little bit kind of top heavy, a little bit of a swing weight, but if I do up the roller on my helmet that extra bit, then this is going to give you that perfect view looking straight back at me and the first person view skiing live and on board. Everything you're seeing filmed right now is filmed live and on board on Insta360 X4. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, there's a link in the descriptions that'll tell you a little bit more. But I think let's go and get our skis on. Let's go and see just how amazing this piste is. Camera is on, mic is on, most important pocket check is done. Just as I come back up to the plateau, this is actually where the peak of the lift is, or the peak of the mountain is, and the peak of the same named lift. The peak just to my left there, can't quite get to that point today just because of the avalanche risk. Ça va, Freddy? Salut! Let's go! Oh, a windy start. This is often the hardest bit here, just because you can see it's a bit ice patchy in the scoured wind, and everyone has to ski down that bit. Then, staying on this left side because of the wind, it's good snow, a good start. So the Sarenne actually goes to the left of me just here. Not going to go that way today, we're going to the Glacier piste. Just while they're sorting out the avalanche risk and getting the piste all ready. It's quite common after heavy snowfall. A slight delay to open some of the lifts, but obviously the famous Sarenne opens as early as it can. That's the entrance to the tunnel, that building you see down to my left there. Not yet open at this time of season. Woo! Jumping into the steep bit of the Glacier piste. I've clearly groomed it, but the wind has really been pushing the snow around these last few days, so still a few lumps and bumps. Wow, and people standing in the middle. Keep it going, smooth and fast. My goal just now is not to race down this. I'm not skiing as fast as I possibly can. I want to keep it smooth and tidy and comfortable, which hopefully will stop me losing my breath too much. Down through the flatter section. That's the Glacier piste marker, number 1, which means we're back on the Sarenne piste. resisting the urge that there's so much fresh powder that you can hop off onto and play around here. Some really good off-piste lines from the top of Pied Blanc and the top of Herpy up to my right. But I tell you what, it is freezing today. The sign at the bottom said -5. We're 2,000 meters above the bottom, give or take. Which means it's a lot colder than that right now, especially with this wind chill. That mountain just poking into sight, that's the Moselle. That overlooks Les Deux Alpes, just across the valley ahead of me. You'll see in a second or two. I need a little push. The pros and cons of fresh snow, of course. It's a little bit slower than once it's been hard packed and groomed. You might find that on the flattish bit down at the bottom too. We'll see. There it is, straight ahead of me, Les Deux Alpes ski area. The Sarenne is actually slightly down to my left, just for a second or two while I come down this little bit of the blue piste, the Herpy chair up ahead. And just below this point, back onto the classic Sarenne again. Woo. I mentioned those cameras at the start, Insta360 X4, so it's been filmed right now in 8K, full high resolution everything, and then once I get back to the editing suite later, a little bit of playing, and then what you should be watching on now once I've got rid of the 360 effect is 4K, so a really nice view. I hope, if I can get into the sun slightly more on my right. There. A bit of traffic on the piste today. I'll sneak past down the outside. Then round the outside. Oh, it's good snow. It's grippy. It's dry. Sit the skis on an edge and it whips you around the corner. Slow down for the blind roller. No one there. Unusual. That's more like it. Blind corner. If you're new to the channel, by the way, my name is Cookie. As you can possibly tell from my uniform, I'm an ESF instructor here in Alpe d'Huez, the French ski school. And I run all kind of lessons from beginner to advanced on, and my personal favourite off-piste, searching out the great snow and going for a ski with you guys. All of my contact details are in the description of this video, of course. I'll take it easy down this bit. In fact, maybe I'll follow them for a mo. This is the Alpe d'Huez Ski Club, the junior riders ripping it down. Back home, maybe you join a tennis or a football club. Out here, they join a ski club very early on, so you can see some great skiing from what looks like under 10s. Piste marker 17. Those numbers count down if you're not aware. Which means roughly 1.5 kilometers left to go. Roughly. But I can open it up down this bit once again. There's no traffic. Snow's getting a little bit more bobbly. A few kind of ice balls you can probably hear. Oh, legs are starting to feel the burn a bit now. Beautiful! This is the final steep bit of Sarenne. In a moment, I think I'll explain to you why this is a black run, because you might be thinking, it's not that steep, it's not that tough. And at the moment, you're right. Although already I can feel the snow's changed a lot. And you can see it off to my right, a beautiful powder. Just before I hit the shade line. Let's take a minute here. Ooh, what a run! Look, couldn't resist. Fresh powder, and oh look, rabbit tracks just next to me there. I know that unicorn mount looks a bit silly. You do get used to the swing weight. It's okay. But it gives you a pretty great view, doesn't it? So why is it a black run? That piece just then, it wasn't that hard. It was smooth. It was really nice to ski. It wasn't the most challenging thing at all. Why is it a black? Now it's black for a few reasons. First one, I think the most important is once you're in it, there's no escape. You have to ski the whole thing. So just by its sheer length, it kind of needs to be made a black run. And it's the longest black run in the whole of Europe. The other one, and I think this is most important, is depending on the snow conditions you're in, it makes the world of difference to how difficult a piste is. Now it's not just for this piste here, that's every piste you see. You ski, sometimes you'll come to a piste, it's a blue piste, and you're skiing down it going, this is really difficult. It's bumpy, it's sludgy, it's icy, whatever the snow is transformed into, it's not as easy as it once was. And that really, really happens in Sarenne. Up at the top, 3,000 meters, most of the time you're gonna find amazing snow. Down here, we're at about 1,600 meters just now. That snow was bobbly and different and almost, not icy, but there was definitely some ice balls in it, making it very difficult skiing or very different skiing. This right now is about 10 o'clock in the morning. You ski this at 4 o'clock at the same day, that nice bit of snow, whatever nice balls there are rolling around on top will have been pushed to the side, and the middle will be very firm, very difficult skiing. The same thing if you ski it in the spring or when it's a bit warmer. Right now it's freezing cold. But if you ski it on a warmer day, this bottom bit becomes massive, slushy, bumpy mogul fields mixed up with the hard pack ice underneath. Skiing this at 10 a.m. is not the same as doing it at 3 p.m. So if you are thinking of coming here and want to ski the Sarenne, if you're not sure, first thing in the morning. Even if you're sure and you want some good conditions, first thing in the morning is the time to do it, not late on in the day. Unless, like me, you quite fancy a challenge, quite like some difficult technical snow, quite enjoy the bumps, brilliant skiing. From here, I'm going to put you back on the unicorn map. We're going to hit the shade line, so the lights will look a little bit different, but it's the really nice Sarenne Valley. And actually, it's called the Sarenne because of the Sarenne piece. It's really chilled out, very flat, and we'll see. I reckon I can just about make it through without needing any pushing at all. And again, it's that fresh snow today. It's quite sticky, quite slow. When it's been groomed a few days, it hasn't snowed in a couple of days, it gets faster and faster. You really don't need to push at all to get down to the Chalvet lift, or you keep on going to the bottom of the scare chair. You can be back into Alpe d'Huez in no time at all. Again, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for joining us. Remember to whack that little subscribe button. And as I put you back on my helmet, if you are coming here to Alpe d'Huez, be sure to drop me a message for off-piste guiding, off-piste coaching, basically just a tour of the mountain, or if you want some lessons and some help to improve your personal skiing. All of my contact details are in the description of this video, along with loads of little tricks and hints on how I use these pretty cool Insta360 X4 cameras. Great view. Easy to edit, and like you've just seen, quick and easy to snap between different filming modes and get some good stuff. See you here in Alpe d'Huez very soon, I hope. Woo, jump, and another jump, and roll into the valley.